Come in, Ocean Sailor. Come in, Ocean Sailor.
So, welcome everybody to a new series of Ocean Sailor questions and answers. What we are trying to do is give people a forum, give people a place where they can ask questions about the whole subject of world sailing.
So another question. Comes from Mr. Stephen Mallet from the UK. He says, what protection is there, if any, against lightning strikes?
Oh God!
Sure
You've picked one of my very favourite soapboxes actually to get on here, Dick. I'll tell you my position right off the front foot. I've been asked about this dozens of times, almost every boat owner, and I will tell you, I've researched the market. I'm hoping that there is a manufacturer of a lightning protection system. We're not talking about lightning conducting systems. That's a different story. But we're talking about lightning protection systems. I hope there is a manufacturer out there that will actually call in and say, no, you're actually wrong. We will put our money where our mouth is. But that's the big thing that bothers me. Some of these systems are expensive. Some quite expensive, 40, 50K. And I've asked every one of those manufacturers that I've interacted with, okay, so your system stops lightning hitting the boat. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. Will you warranty that? No. There's where my problem is. Because I don't get it. If you're selling me something to do something, then I think you've got to say, and it will stop it. So I haven't found anybody that will. As I say, I genuinely, honestly am hoping that one of the manufacturers out there will say, no, we will, and we'll quote that to the insurance companies and so forth. Because here's the next thing, isn't it? That definitely does affect people's cost of going off and sailing around the world, is the cost of insurance. And realistically, if a lightning protection manufacturer can actually give you a system and say, no, your boat won't sink because of a lightning strike, or no, it won't be hit by lightning, and so I think that's a bit more realistic, then I would have thought that would make quite an improvement in yacht premiums. But as I said, until somebody comes and does that, for me, the jury's out. And, it's also worth saying that there's such a wide spread of systems that are out there, from what looks like a steel or stainless steel toilet brush that is fixed to the top of the mast, to incredibly well-powered systems that are doing all kinds of manner of things to diffuse the potential for a lightning strike. And there's a company in the States, there's several companies, actually there's a lot of companies providing this service. There's Seahawk Marine in the USA, there's a company called ELNA GmbH, that's German. There's Marine Lightning Production. There's Scientific Lightning Solutions. There's Euthalia SL in Italy. And there's lots and lots of different solutions out there. And then fine. And if you're going to tell me, this is going to cost you, and if it were me, I'd be happy to pay more than that. If you said to me, and you'll never get hit by lightning, Dick, I've sailed in probably the most lightning-prone areas of the world, which is the coast of Borneo and Malaysia. Right. And you could set your watch and say that by about 3:30 to 4:30 today, thunderstorms are going to start and there's lightning going to go cracking around all around you. Nice. And it's a frightening experience.
Yeah, I believe it.
And on my previous boat, Moonshadow, I had the stainless steel toilet brush holder that I was telling you about, or stainless steel toilet brush connected to the mast, and I was never hit. So that obviously worked, until you also know that in Moonshadow, in White Dragon, I've also sailed to the same parts of the world. And in White Dragon, I've got a carbon mast that's taller, and I haven't got lightning protection, and I've never been hit.
No.
And I'm going to tell you a funny
But,
little
but
story.
Dick, oh, sorry.
Go
Carry
on,
on,
go on, go
carry
on.
on.
Go
No,
on,
I was
Dick.
going to say. So when you mentioned that it's lightning protection and that's a solution, what do these manufacturers mean? I mean, how on earth is it? What is it? An iron dome around the boat, or what is it?
The company.
I can't see how you could say it won't be hit.
Well, okay. The company Seahawk have a
Right.
capacity marine charge elimination system.
Oh, right. Okay.
There you
well,
go.
that's
So
all
now
right.
you know, eh? And the company ELA.
I'll let the robots sail.
Yeah. And the company ELNA have a DDCE system, which is electromagnetic charge compensation device. And so it goes on. And these are it comes to this. It's sort of how can I say, non-powered inanimate objects that are said to diffuse the possibility of of a lightning strike. And then there is the positive systems, the ones I'm talking about here, just that are deploying a positive ion or module, God knows what, a protection field around the mast.
I see. Okay.
But so, I mean, I'm sure, well, I hope anyway, as a result of us bringing this subject up and getting it out there, we're going to get a few of the lightning manufacturers say, no, guys, you got this wrong. This is how it will work and this is what it'll do. As I said, we can't be expert on all these fields and certainly not an expert on this.
No, but that's fair enough, Dick. So I hope then, from what you've said, and you've got obviously a much greater understanding of it than have I, it's not just a reactive thing. It's a proactive thing. These
the electronic powered ones are.
Yeah. So maybe a manufacturer of one of these things could invite us to their research and development unit, and we could have a look at one of these things working, presumably on a great top of a big pole. It would be quite a good thing to see, wouldn't it? It would give me more faith in what they're talking about.
It would, and I'll tell you a funny little anecdote. For my sins in my very misspent youth, I was a market trader once upon a time. I don't mean on the stock exchange. I mean actually on the markets. Right. And
real market.
Real markets. We had this 10-piece we had this 10-piece screwdriver set, stainless steel with plastic handles. And it said on it that it was insulated against electricity. Well, we were always having a bit of a laugh on the markets. So I told the customers that it was insulated to 10,000 volts. And if they bought one and they found out it wasn't, they could bring it back and I'd give them their money back. And it caused great hilarity. But that's making an anecdote out of it. But how else are you really going to know? Until, you put it on your boat, you sail around the world. I've sailed around the world for 50 years. And loads of lightnings all around me. I once dropped anchor in Patong Bay in Thailand. And I tell you, we switched everything off on the boat, every electrical device. We were at anchor anyway. And there was lightning hitting the water, 50 yards, 100 yards, bang, bang. It was like the Battle of Waterloo. Wow. And we didn't get hit.
Yeah,
so,
amazing.
Who knows? But other times, it's that uncertainty, and people ask, because when they come in there asking you a question in a professional capacity, people are expecting you to say, "Yeah, here's your solution."
Yeah,
and I've never been able to do that.
No,
I've never been able to put my hand on my heart and say that.
What about the old idea? Always was it not, that if you were in an electrical storm, you should stick your sat nav or whatever it was in the oven. Have you heard that one? That's what I remember.
Yeah, I'd actually do that, Dick.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, actually a little bit more than that. What I do is I put a spare handheld GPS inside a steel box,
right,
and wrap it in a lead film.
Oh, okay.
And that produces, it's a Faraday's field it's producing,
right.
and it stops it getting freaked out. I've lost all of my electrics on my previous boat, Moonshadow, the one I told you that had the stainless steel toilet brush on the top of the mast, and it didn't. I didn't get hit. It hit. I was in Thailand at the time in Phuket, and I was in a marina, and it hit a tree on the side of the marina, and it blew all my electrics. And so I don't know the answer to any of this. I just do know that I've got a great deal of respect for the amount of power that's coming down one of those things.
Absolutely.
There is another subject. Let's just touch on that for the viewers as well. That we're talking about here, lightning protection, but it's important to have your boat built or have you installed lightning connectivity and grounding plates, so that any lightning strike that does hit the boat can find its way out of your boat. Because I do know of boats that haven't had this similar grounding plates, that's connection to the bottom of the mast as well. So and they haven't had those, and lightning has found its way out the bottom by burning a bloody big hole in the bottom of the boat and sinking it. So it's quite a subject, this, and worth discussing. Let's hope we get lots of feedback.
Well, it would be good. I mean, on a lighter note, there was an old Daily Express photographer, sadly no longer with us, Stanley Meager, who I used to work with. He claimed he was struck by lightning. He was out somewhere covering a big sports event in an open area, and there was lightning there, and he was hit by lightning. I said, "How come you survived that, Stan?" He said, "It was raining as well, and I was jumping over a puddle at the time the lightning hit him, so he wasn't actually earthed." Anyway, he got a new camera out of it.
Well, of course, it's not a joke to say that to protect the crew, it's a very good idea to go and put your sea boots on.
Yeah, sure.
Certainly, that will give you an increased level of insulation, which is going to help.
No.
So, I think. I think we've covered that subject.
I think when the storm strikes, Dick, go down below and we'll put the robot on the helm. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to that one, yeah. As the song said, thunder and lightning, very, very frightening. Well, when you're stuck out there, it's absolutely petrifying. I will tell you.
Yeah, no,
that,
it's not funny.
Because Dick, you know, the thing is, what immediately occurs to you, here's all these lightning strikes going bam, 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 and you're on a flat sea, and you're the only guy there standing there with a bloody great aluminium mast or carbon mast sticking straight up in the air.
No,
and you just think to yourself, "But this has to happen," but actually it doesn't. It seems to be much more random than that.
But it happened to me off Aldborough once, and oddly enough, I just changed the mast on my boat from a wooden one because I'd broken it, and it was an aluminium one, and it was a lightning storm going on. And it was raining as well, and I had a wooden tiller, and I kept wiping the rain off the tiller. Nothing else. I was on my own. Nothing else I could do. Just carry on. I had no robot to help me, but I was all right.
Fortunately, we've all survived to see another day.
Well, indeed.
I wish you fair winds and easy seas.